Have you ever noticed how, if your understanding of a situation shifts, how you feel about it can also shift? Hi, I'm Joanne. Welcome to the Damselfly Path. So this idea is connected to a concept called cognitive reappraisal. And cognitive reappraisal is rooted in what's called appraisal theories of emotion. And if you're interested in learning more about that, you can look into the work of psychologist Richard Lazarus and also the work of James Gross, who sort of explored these theories in his work and research around emotion regulation. So appraisal theories of emotion suggest that how we feel about a situation isn't simply influenced by simply by what happened. It's also influenced by our interpretation, the meaning we attribute to the experience. And so what cognitive reappraisal does or allows us to do or suggests is that we revisit an experience, or we revisit our initial interpretation of an experience. And in revisiting our interpretation, we might attribute a different meaning and also affect or allow other emotions to emerge. And so I'll give you an example of what that might look like. Let's say you have a setback at work, something happens, you make a mistake, you get into trouble. Okay, so your initial interpretation of the situation might be, I am incompetent. Now, cognitive reappraisal would invite you to ask questions and see if your initial impression, your initial interpretation is accurate, or if there's other possibilities. For example, you might ask, what happened? What mistakes were made? How did this go wrong? Is there anything I can learn and from that experience improve my performance at work? You've changed the meaning. You've changed the emotion. You've altered the emotions. Now the emotions can all still be there. You can still be disappointed in yourself, but now maybe there's some hope. Maybe there's some motivation to move forward, okay? Now, cognitive reappraisal doesn't negate how you feel initially about a situation. It's not meant to be toxic positivity or positive thinking. It's not meant to take a negative or an emotion that's less desirable and turn it into a positive one. It's just meant to allow different emotions to emerge. And in allowing different emotions to emerge, you're increasing your capacity, you're increasing your choices. Right? So another example might be in a situation where you don't go from a negative necessarily emotion to a positive one. Might be if you have, let's say you had an argument with a friend and you solved the situation. You both kind of apologized and let bygones be bygones, but you go back home and the situation bothers you and it bothers you. So your initial interpretation was that everything was okay. Everything's fine. But it's left you with a feeling of unease. And so you look at it from the perspective of cognitive reappraisal. I always want to say cognitive something else. But anyway, cognitive reappraisal. So you might say, okay, what exactly happened in this situation? What is it about it that's leaving me feeling uncomfortable? What actually happened during that conversation? And what might emerge is some anger. And if that anger emerges, it is also information. It's not necessarily what we don't like to be angry, but anger is information. Why am I angry? And maybe it's because you need to set boundaries with this friend. Maybe it's because you need to assert yourself with this friend, right? So cognitive reappraisal isn't about either or dismissing how we feel. It's about allowing for a broader perspective on our experiences so that we have better choices. So that's the connection of the damselfly path. Is the damselfly path allows us 7 different lenses, 7 different qualities of attention. And through those 7 different qualities of attention, there's a possibility, not always, but there's a possibility for cognitive reappraisal. So we get a broader picture, including knowledge, including information, but also including how we feel about a situation, because that is very important also. So I hope this helps, and if you enjoyed this, if it resonates with you, don't forget, leave a comment, like, subscribe, or follow, and have a great day.